In this video, I will discuss the evolution of wireless LAN security, starting from web, that is wired equivalent privacy, which was the part of 802.11 VLAN initial standard, and it was introduced with VLAN in 1997. Then its next version was Web 2, which was an early draft of 802.11i wireless LAN security protocol. However, this was a non-standard fix to the vulnerabilities of web. Then came the Wi-Fi Protected Access WPA, which was also a fix to the vulnerability of web, and it implemented the subset of 802.11i draft protocol in 2003. And then came the original and final version of 802.11i protocol, that is WPA2, in 2004. And then after many years, in 2018, 802.11i was enhanced to WPA3. So WPA3 was part of 802.11s, which was a VLAN wireless LAN protocol for mesh network. Now coming over to the web or wired equivalent privacy. So the web was introduced as part of VLAN wireless LAN protocol, that is 802.11, and the purpose was reflected from its name, that is to introduce the same level of security which was for the wired LAN network. So it was the first security for wireless LAN, and at that time it was this certification by Wi-Fi Alliance was mandatory for 802.11 wireless access points, and at that time there were two versions of such wireless access points, that is 802.11a and b. So web implemented a stream cipher RC4 with 64-bit of key, and it is also known as web 40 because 40 bits were used for the key and 24-bit was the initialization vector or IV. And cyclic redundancy check was used for the integrity. So by combining the 24-bit of initialization vector and 40-bit of this web key, the RC4 key of 64-bit was made, which was used to encrypt the traffic between the client, that is at that time was the PC, and the wireless access points. So all these protocols, their purpose is to encrypt the traffic between the wireless access point and the wireless client, that is the wireless network card of your PC. Uh, Now the limitation of using the 64-bit was due to the restriction by US government on the encryption. So once these restrictions lifted, then RC4 key was increased to 128-bit in WEP 2. That and this is also known as WEP 4 because 104-bit was the key and the initialization vector was 24-bit, making it to 128-bit of RC4 key, which was used to encrypt the network traffic. Other versions were also introduced by some vendors of wireless access points, but these were not widely adopted. And these were the WEP 152-bit and 256-bit. Then in 2001, a paper was published by these three guys, and the attack was named after their names. And this attack was related to the web and more specifically the short plain text initialization vector. And by sniffing this initialization vector, it was found that after 5,000 packets, this initialization vector was repeating itself, which led to the reconstruction of the web key, because the main purpose of initialization vector is to randomize the generation of RC4 key. So by reconstructing this key, the hacker was able to sniff the encrypted traffic and perform other attacks because he was able to crack the RC4 key within 1 minute. Then this script analysis was also automated by many tools, including the most famous pen testing tool of Aircrack NG. There were other multiple vulnerability of web, and another was the shorter RC4 key size. That is the RC4 key of 40-bit. Another attack was the uh, related key attack, and the initialization vector was relating the different keys and connecting the different keys. So this relationship was not intended. Moreover, WEP was an optional protocol to secure the 802.11 wireless LAN. And in some deployment, it was never activated or used by the organizations. And a Web 40 key was shared among all the clients. So all the clients have the same Web 40 shared key. Another attack was the cafe latte attack. And this attack was by sending the ARP flood. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. So by flooding the window client over the wireless LAN by sending multiple ARP packets and then analyzing their responses, the hacker was able to drive the key used for web. So one fix which was recommended for the clients was to use the IPsec or SSH tunnels over insecure web or any insecure wireless protocol. But this was not the fix to the web itself. So WEP was deprecated in 2004 by WPA2, and even then, different devices were using, and different vendors were still using the web. And in 2007, TJ Maxx retailer got hacked due to web, and 45 million clients' data was hacked. So in 2008, payment card industry data security standard prohibited the use of web for any credit card processing system. Now coming over to the Web 2, so Web was basically for those wireless access point hardware which did not support WPA or WPA2, but it was not supported by all wireless access points. So it has extended the initialization vector and RC4 keys to 128 bit. However, it was still deficient and required more fixes. Now, a well known quick fix is WPA, which was subset of draft 802.11i, which is WPA2 standard. So, Wi Fi Alliance in 2003 intended to do a quick fix on web, and they introduced this WPA, and it supported the legacy hardware and low computational wireless access points. So by upgrading the firmware of wireless access points and their network cards which were installed on these wireless access points, these were able to use the WPA. So WPA is also known as TKIP or Temporal Key Integrity Protocol. So in WPA, the key was shared among all clients, whereas by introducing the TKIP, there was one key per client. Moreover, a passphrase or a key was manually entered on all wireless access points, and this key was static and cannot be changed later. So this WPA retained the improvement of Web 2, that is the extended initialization vector and RC4 key of 128 bit. Furthermore, the cyclic redundancy check of web was replaced by message integrity check. However, this message integrity check was also found, its hash was also found vulnerable. So, moreover, the TKIP itself was deprecated in wireless LAN protocol improvement in 2012. So WPA inherited the web vulnerability, and the RC4 key was able to recovered by the hacker. So then came the famous standard, that is WPA2, and this standard remained valid starting from 2004 till 2018, and it was a long duration. So Wi-Fi Alliance introduced this standard in 2004, and this was a mandatory certification requirement for the wireless access points if they these wireless access points want to have the logo of Wi-Fi Alliance certification. So the validity or the certification program started in March 2006 and it ended in June 2020. So all the devices which bear the logo of Wi-Fi, they were certified under this program. So basically, it uses the famous CCMP, which stands for Counter Mode Cipher Block Chaining Message Authentication Code Protocol. So basically, the RC4 stream cipher was replaced, and TKIP was also replaced of WPA. So these both were replaced by AES 128-bit counter mode, and this was used for confidentiality or to encrypt the data. And AES is an advanced encryption standard, and it is a block cipher, whereas RC4 was the stream cipher. Furthermore, CBC MAC or cipher block chaining message authentication code was used for integrity, and it replaced the message integrity check of WPA and CRC or cyclic redundancy check of web. And there was a mechanism of four-way handshake for key exchange, and two types of keys were used. One was the pairwise transient key, or and this transient key was exchanged between wireless access point and client for encrypting the traffic to one or single client. And if the traffic is intended to be broadcasted, then group temporal key was used. The 802.11g series of devices uh, bear this certification, and also some 802.11b devices or wireless access points by doing their firmware upgrades. In 2016, an attack was demonstrated on WPA2, and this attack is known as key reinstallation attack or crack. So the aim of crack was to reset the keys of WPA2 by forcing the four-way handshake of wireless access points. Now, lastly, the last uh, evolution of wireless LAN security is WPA3. So WPA3 was first introduced for 802.11s, which is the wireless LAN protocol for mesh network. Later on in 2018, it was introduced overall for wireless LAN security. So certification started in of the devices started in June 2018, and Wi-Fi Alliance mandated its logo for the devices which were built after July 2020. So it got two modes. One was the personal mode and then was the enterprise mode. So in personal mode, it uses the same CCMP of WPA2, uh, and this personal mode was for small networks or for the homes. And then enterprise mode was for the enterprises, and it used advanced encryption standard 256 in GCM mode, and SHA 384 was used as hashed message authentication code for integrity. And this enterprise mode also mandated the use of 802.11x server, which is a protocol for port-based network access control, or NAC. And it is also part of uh, extended authentication protocol, or EAP. Now the pre-shared key exchange was replaced with simultaneous authentication of equals. And this simultaneous authentication of equals also provided the perfect forward secrecy. So this perfect forward secrecy ensures that no old keys or the future keys uh, were vulnerable if a particular key of a particular time is exposed to the hacker. So no historical data or no future data or traffic is compromised. Now, simultaneous authentication of equals is based upon Diffie-Hellman key exchanges. Actually, it is a variant of Diffie-Hellman key exchange. Furthermore, WPA3 also simplified the setting up of devices without display. So if you see this slide, so you can use this single slide if you want to have a single piece about all the wireless LAN protocol till now. And this also reveals one fact, that a thing which is considered today secure will not be secure after a few years. Thank you.